Okay, last time we went over the new rule, right, for the fractions, exponent, and then practice how to change from exponent to radical, and also radical to exponent form, okay? So some of you did extra step in your homework and then evaluate it, okay? Well, today, that's what we are going to do. We are going to evaluate if possible, but sometimes some questions are not possible, okay? For example, like square root of 3, you just leave it as like that as your final answer. And there are some cases it will be undefined, okay? So we're gonna look at that first before we do questions for page 15. So I would like you guys to turn to page 13 first. 13, okay? Page 13 at the bottom, okay? We skipped that part last time, so we're going to fill that in now. So here we have this question, when will the answer be undefined? Okay, undefined means there's no answer to it. You cannot say it equals to something, okay? It doesn't have a number, so it's either it doesn't make sense or it's an error, okay? So let's start with question 1, the first example. You have square root of 25. What is the answer for square root of 25, Colin? Colin? Colin, are you there? Colin?
Oh, hello, I came back. Sorry, I was doing something.
Okay, did you hear the question?
Can you repeat it?
Okay, do you know which page we're on?
Page, is it 13?
Yeah, okay, page 13 at the bottom, okay? So what is the meaning of undefined?
It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, okay, so for question 1, right, square root of 25, is that undefined?
That's 5.
It's equal to 5, right? So that one is okay, right?
I think it's number 2.
Yeah, okay, so why is number 2 undefined?
It doesn't work
Because
because there's no way you can have negative 25 squared.
negative square root, yeah, okay, yeah. So when we try to find square root, we want to get a number times itself, and that equals to the inside, right? So for square root 25, we know 5 squared can give you 25. So that's why 5 works. For number 2, if I want to find a number squared and that can give you negative 25, that's impossible, right? Impossible. So that's why it's called undefined, okay? What about the cube root? Okay, so far we just look at square root. What about cube root? The third one, Harry, is the third one undefined?
No, yeah, no, it's not undefined.
It's not undefined, so it has an answer.
Yeah,
Okay, what is the answer then?
2.
2, okay, very good. Okay, we have 2 to the cube. I can give you an 8, right? So it's possible, okay? So let's look at one more, okay? Also cube root. This time we have a negative on the inside. Is this one undefined? Jiawen?
Yeah.
It's undefined? Why? There's no answer. We are looking for an answer that times itself 3 times to give you negative 8. Is it possible?
No.
Not possible. Okay, does everyone else agree? Is it impossible to find a number times itself 3 times equals to negative 8? Does everyone agree it's undefined? Amanda, what do you think?
Does -2 work?
Okay, -2 times -2. Brandon also said that, right? -2 times -2 is 4 times -2 again will be -8, right? So -2 actually works, okay? So this one is not undefined. This one we do have an answer. So when you see a negative number inside the radical, it doesn't always mean it's undefined, okay? It also depends on what kind of index, okay? Index is the small number outside the radical, okay? If it's a square root, the index is a 2, right? Cube root, index is 3. If the index is an even number, okay? Look at the yellow highlight. So even index, and you also have a negative on the inside, then that's when you get undefined. So number 2 is only one that you get undefined. Okay? If it's an odd number like cube root, fifth root, those are okay, right? Seventh root, you probably won't see the seventh root. Okay, so those ones, it's okay to have negative inside, okay? So just remember only for square root, fourth root, the even numbers. If the inside is negative, you just say undefined, okay? So you can either write a word undefined or you can write a 0 with a slash, okay? Diagonal line. That just means it's empty. There's no number. It's not 0, okay? So because we are going to evaluate values, right? Evaluate the each of the question below. So some of the question will have undefined as your answer. Okay, so I'm going to go through the left column. We're going to page 15 now. Okay, but before we move on, okay, can you show me hands if you understand how to check undefined or not? Okay, if you understand when it will be undefined, raise your hand. Okay, Harry? Okay, so let's take a look at page 15. Okay, I will go over question A and then everything underneath. Okay, so the left column, we'll go over together. So question tell instruction here is ask us to simplify and then evaluate. Okay, evaluate means no more exponent. Okay, in your final answer, you don't have any more exponents without using calculator. Okay, so for question A, we'll start with the easy one. This one is just a square root of 100. And this one is possible, right? We can square root the 100, that give you a 10. Okay, let's go to question D. 49 to the negative half. Okay, Angela, how do we begin this one?
Put 49 as the denominator, so 1/49 to the 1/2.
Okay, very good. Continue, and
Then it's 1/√49.
1 over root 49, yeah.
So it's 1/7.
1 over 7, perfect. So you can see the final answer, it doesn't have any exponent, okay? You evaluate. Okay, question G. Okay, Marcus, can you help us how to do this one?
You wanna would it be you have to flip it?
Okay, so what do I write?
Wouldn't it be like 9 to 2/3 over 4 to 2/3?
Okay, do you flip the exponent?
Uh,
Let's review the exponent rule. Okay, this one has a negative, right? So let's go back to here. This is page 10. Okay, look at your page 10.
yeah,
Okay, you have the bottom part, you have negative exponents, right?
yeah.
Okay, you have A, B, C, D. Which one looks similar to the question we were doing?
D.
Yeah, okay, so how do we do the flipping for D?
You flip the numbers in the bracket.
Yeah, okay, so don't flip the outside, don't flip the exponents, okay? So how do I do this here then?
This would be 4 3/2 over 9 3/2.
Yeah, very good. Okay, continue.
And then you would then it would be like 6 over like if you do the work,
What do you mean 6? Where's the 6 come from?
it's like 3 over I don't know.
Okay, first, now you have exponent that's fraction, right? Just look at the top now. Okay, just focus on the top. How do you change that into radical form?
Uh, you square root it. Wouldn't it be like 2 on the left side and then 4 and then 3,
Square root and then what's inside?
4 and then 3 on the outside on the right side.
Like that?
Like yeah, to the power of 3, I think.
To the power of 3, yeah. Okay, so you have to say 4 to the power of 3, like that?
Yeah, I think.
Okay, that's good. Okay, what about denominator?
Uh, the same thing, but with 9 in the square root.
Okay, so if it's a square root, you don't need to write a 2, okay? It will be invisible.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so 9 cubed. So you can do the square root first before you do the exponents. Okay, to make the number smaller. Now, can you tell me what to do next?
Um. Uh. Then you like once you find the number next.
Yeah. So what does it become?
It'd be like 2 to the power of 3
Mm-hmm.
and 3 over 3 to the power of 3.
Over 3 to the 3. Right?
Yeah.
Okay, and then are we done?
Uh. And then you put in the powers.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be 8 over 27.
Yeah, 8 over 27. Are we done?
I think.
Yeah, okay. We want to reach the point we don't see the exponent anymore. Okay? Okay, did you write it down, Marcus?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, next one. Question J. Okay, Jenny. J for Jenny. Okay.
Okay, so would you just square root the negative 49?
So square root negative 49. And then?
And then, hold on. It would be undefined, right? Because it's a square root of 2.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So the answer would just be undefined.
Very good. Okay, so you just answer undefined. So this one has an even number root, right? It has a square root and it also has a negative. Okay, when you have an even number, right? This is even number. Even number means could be 2, 4, 6, 8, and has a negative. When those things combine together, your answer is undefined. Okay, so remember this one. If it's a cube root, okay, if it's 1 over 3, then you will have answer, okay? Then you won't say undefined. Oh, so for example, question M. Okay, question M. Let's have Brandon. Can you tell
Yes.
us the steps that we do here? How do we start?
We start off by finding out the first step,
How do
which
we
would
write it
be
out? Can you tell me what to write? How do you
root
change this into
but
radical?
3 root negative 27.
Okay, so you mean cube root, right?
Yeah, sorry, cube root
Yeah. Negative
negative
27. Anything else?
No, that's the
Then what about the 2? What's the 2 doing there?
uh, sorry, bracket root bracket root bracket root cubed root uh negative 27 to the power of bracket 2.
Yeah. Okay, very good. So remember, I remember, I think one of you, when you write the root, cube root, you always write it too big. Okay, I'm not sure who it is, right? Cube root, and then you write 3, negative 27, and then square. Because when you write this, write a cube root too big, it looks like it's 3 multiplied a square root. Okay, so it's different. Make sure your cube root has to be small. Okay, you write the size has to be small. Okay, how do we continue from here, Brandon?
Next, check if it's not even. So
So it's defined, right?
yeah, so it's defined.
Yeah. Then what will be the answer? So this is odd. So it's okay.
It would be 3 to the power of 2.
How did you get 3?
Sorry, negative 3.
Why is it negative 3?
When you root it, when you root negative 27.
Okay, so negative 3 times itself 3 times will be negative 27, right?
Yes,
Okay, and then?
and then you multiply by root 2, not root 2, by 2 by to the power of 2.
Okay, so it just raised to the power of 2, not multiply, okay?
Yes, sir.
So what do you get?
9,
Yeah,
positive
okay.
9.
Yep, negative 3 times negative 3 will become positive 9. So this one has a bracket, okay? So you need to take negative 3 times itself. All right, let's look at question P. Okay, does anyone have questions so far? Okay, question P. All right, let's have Ivy. Okay, can you tell us how to begin this one?
P.
Yeah.
Uh,
Where to start?
put it into radical form.
Okay, sure. How do I do that? How to write it?
Is it negative and then
Negative?
uh like 3 outside of the radical?
Oh, so You mean cube root? Like that?
Yeah.
Okay,
And
then
and then -8. And undefined.
huh?
I think it's
Oh,
undefined.
you done writing the radical form? Answer undefined?
Hmm. Wait a sec. Oh, I think yeah, it's undefined.
You think it's undefined? Okay.
Mm.
Okay, we'll leave it there. Okay. Does anyone want to add? What do you guys think? Do you all think it's undefined, or you want to share your thoughts? How do I rewrite it? Okay. Do you all agree it's undefined? Okay, Chris, what do you think?
If it's a negative exponent, would it be 1/?
Okay, so the exponent has a negative there, so makes it 1/. Okay, let's do that.
Well,
One.
actually, no, it's not because they cancel out.
What do you mean cancel out?
Because there's a negative inside and a negative outside.
Oh, you mean the exponent here and the exponent there? They multiply.
But I think the answer should be -2.
So, okay, so you jump into the final answer. But how do we get there? We need some steps.
You multiply the exponents together.
Okay. First thing is the -1, right? The exponent of -1 is only for 8, right? So what about the negative at the front? That one doesn't have any exponent. So when you share, the problem here is when you share in the exponent, you need to share with both of them. Okay? So the part that makes it confusing here is inside the bracket, right? Let me erase so many circles there. The question does not have a bracket around -8, right? It doesn't have that. So the exponent of -1 is only for the 8. Okay? So I'll show you the steps how to get to -2 if it's -2. Okay? So instead of sharing in the -1/3, okay, we are going to do the inside first. Okay, just look at the inside. Inside is -8 to the -1. So how do you write? Okay, let me draw that circle again. Just the inside now, okay? 8 to the -1. How do I write it differently? Chris, you again. 8 to the -1.
1/8
Yeah.
to the 1.
Yeah, 1/8 to the 1, right? And then there's a negative at the front. So that's the inside the bracket. And then you have -1/3. And then we are going to apply the negative for that exponent. That will make whatever that's in the bracket to flip, right? So that will turn into -8 and 1/3. Now it's clearer how it's going to be, right? So you take the cube root of the -8. That gets you the -2. Okay, so if you are showing the steps, that's how it becomes -2. Okay, because the -1/3, you cannot Yeah, it also applies to the negative at the front, okay? You have to include it as part of it. Okay, let's look at S. Okay, last one here. Okay, we have 1.2 to the 1/3. Okay, those two fractions, they are both exponents. 1.2 to the 4/3, and they are dividing, right? This line means dividing. So what should we do? Okay, Evan, what do you think we should do for this one?
You can maybe simplify the fractions. I mean the exponents.
Exponent, how do we do that?
Maybe like 1/3 minus 4/3.
Okay, so you subtract the exponent. Okay, so
Yeah.
1.2 to the 1/3 minus 4/3. Like that?
Yeah.
Okay, very good. Okay, when you divide the same base, the exponent needs to subtract. Okay, can you continue and tell us what that equals? After.
So you get a -3/3.
Okay, and what is -3/3?
You get 1/1 point. I mean the cube root of 1.2 and then bracket 3.
You said, wait, hold on. You said -3/3, right? After subtraction, right?
Yeah.
What is -3/3 same as?
1.
-1, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you just write -1. There's no root, okay? You don't need to worry about cube root. Okay?
Okay.
And then?
Do you just do 1? Does it become a fraction?
Okay, how do I do that?
1 over 1/2, 1.2.
To the,
Is 1.
yeah, to the 1. So would you call this a fraction?
I don't know.
Okay, how come?
Because of the decimal in it.
Yeah, there's a decimal, right? We are not allowed to have decimal in a fraction, right? Would you call this decimal or fraction, right? So how can we avoid this to happen, right? I want to have either just a fraction or just a decimal.
I don't know what to do after this step.
How about you think about 1.2? How do I change 1.2?
Multiply by 10.
Huh?
Can you multiply that by 10? I mean,
So what do you want me to write? 1.2. I want to change that to fraction. How do we do that? Do you know how to change 1.2 to fraction?
no, I forgot how.
Okay, anyone want to come in and help out here? Changed 1.2 to fraction.
Is it 12/10?
Okay, so you count the decimal place. You get one place, so that gives you a 10 there, right? If it's two places, you put 100 underneath. And we can reduce that, right? Okay. So Evan, let's continue, okay? 12/10, let's reduce that.
You can reduce it by 2 and it makes it 6/5.
Yeah, okay, so back to the question. Now we have 6/5 to the -1, right? 6/5 is the 1.2. Now what do we do?
Plug the 1 in, like multiply the things by -1.
Multiply? This is an exponent.
Oh, yeah.
What does the exponent of -1 do?
Pretty sure it leaves it by itself, right?
What? Say that again. What is?
It leaves it by itself.
What does that mean? Do you remember?
I'm actually not quite sure.
Huh?
I'm not quite sure.
Negative exponent. Please go back to the notes. Right? Negative exponent. What does it do?
Oh, it
Okay.
makes it a fraction.
It looks similar to which one of the A, B, C, D here?
Uh, oh, the D.
Okay, so you
So
have
it just flips it.
just flip it, right? Okay, so remember, don't forget the negative exponent is flipping the fraction. So back,
Oh, so then it becomes a 5 or 6.
yes, okay. So your final answer is 5/6. So this question is a little bit tricky at the end, okay? Even though beginning you just subtract exponents, but you need to simplify the answer properly, okay? You can leave it as a fraction mixing up with a decimal, okay? So you change to a fraction first and then apply the exponent, okay? Put a star there, okay? That one is very special. So I'm going to let you guys finish the right side now, okay? So the 2 column on the right side. And then once you'll finish these, how many questions there? 14, okay, 14 questions. So each one of you will get a chance to answer one, okay? So raise your hand when you're done, okay, all 14 of them. I think some question will have undefined, okay? So pay attention to that as well. Okay, let's check your progress here. Does anyone have questions so far? Remember to change to radical first, and then think about how to simplify. If there's negative, then you remember you can do the flipping of the fractions. Okay, for question E, it has a decimal, right? So 0.5, that's the same as 1/2. Okay, Harry, which question are you on now?
K.
You're on K now, okay. Selena, how about you? Which one are you on?
I'm only on I.
Okay, that's all right. Okay, anyone can let me know if you have questions, okay, that you want to check with me. You can check the steps. Okay, Angela, which one are you on? Angela,
I'm almost done.
okay. And Waylon, which one are you on?
I'm on R right now.
Okay. Okay, are we almost done? We have 5 people finished. Jiawen, which one are you on?
Question T.
Okay. Okay, let me collect some answers first. Okay, if you're still working on that, keep going. Harry, what's your answer for B? Final answer.
27.
Okay. Jenny, question C. Jenny,
I got 1/5.
okay, and Colin, E.
0.3.
Okay. Angela, F.
I got 16.
Okay. Amanda, H.
243/32.
43/32. Okay. Elaine, I. Huh? What's that?
25/4.
25/4. Okay. And Ivy, question K.
-7.
-7. And Chris, L.
1/25.
1/25. Yeah. Okay. And Jiawen, N.
1.
1. Okay. Okay, you guys can check these ones first. We're still waiting for a couple more. 5 more people. Okay, Evan, which question are you on?
Oh, I just finished.
Okay, then can you tell us your answer for O?
Oh, I got -3.
Okay. Okay, please raise your hand if you've done. Okay, Waylon, question Q.
I got 3/4.
3/4. Okay. Okay, 3 more. Okay, how much more time do you guys need? Almost done. Brandon, Marcus, and Selena. Okay. Okay, Selena, question R.
I got undefined.
Undefined. Okay, let me write it down. Undefined. Okay, so far, does anyone have any different answers that you want to add it in? Okay, please check with your answers right now. See if anything is different. Let me know.
K.
K, okay, question K, what do you have?
Undefined.
Undefined, okay. We have another undefined here. Okay, anyone else that you got different? I think there should be another one. That's, yeah.
I got -8 for R.
-8 for R, okay. Like that, there?
Yeah.
Okay. And question O is -1/3, Brandon. Okay, Brandon said this one is -1/3, okay. Anything else? Don't be afraid, okay?
I got
Any, yeah.
an answer for Q,
For Q, yeah.
3/4. I mean the 4/3.
So upside down, 4
Mm.
over 3, okay? Yeah, whether right or wrong, we'll go over, okay? And then you can compare the steps and learn from the mistake, okay? If you make a mistake. Anything else you want to add in? Okay, Brandon, Marcus, are you done T and U? Okay, Brandon, go for T.
Could you repeat that?
Can you tell me your answer for T?
Actually, I think I got it wrong.
It's okay. Just tell me what you have. We'll go over it.
Could you give me a second? I think I didn't simplify it all the way.
Okay. And Marcus, U is U, okay? You're giving the answer for U.
Undefined.
Undefined for that one? Okay, so we have 3 undefined answers. Got it, Brandon?
Yeah, I think I got it, but I think I'm kind of confused about this one.
Okay. Yeah, tell me what you have.
I got 1/√3.
√3, 1 over √3. Yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
And
Anyone
then
else want to add anything? T and U, do you guys agree? One over √3. Okay, so let's go over. Okay, last call. Okay, let's start with question B. All right. All right. So first you change it to radical, right? 9 to the 3/2 will be square root and then 3, which will be 3 cubed. That gives you 27. Okay, that's good. Correct. 0.04 to the 0.5 is the same as 0.04 to the half. Same as square root. That gives you 0.2. 0.2 same as 1 over 5. It's okay. You can leave your answer either 0.2 or 1.5. Okay? As long as you don't have answer with a decimal in the fraction, right? You don't want to have decimal in the denominator. Okay, this one's similar, right? It will be square root of 0.09, so 0.3. Or you can write it as fraction if you like, okay? Either one. This one, you have an odd number, right? Pay attention, this one, odd number, you have negative. It's okay to have negative when you have an odd root, okay? So you have a fifth root of negative 32 to the 4. And that will give you a negative 2 for the fifth root to the 4, and results in 16, okay? Positive 16. So far, so good. Okay. Next one. You can share in the exponent. Okay. This one you don't need to flip. Okay. There's no negative. So it'll be fourth root of 81, fourth root of 16, and each one of them gets a power 5. Okay. So now the top fourth root is 3. 3 to the 5. 2 to the 5, and that's the correct answer. Okay. This is the one that needs flipping, right? So you have, because you have a negative exponent. So first thing you do is you need to flip the fraction inside. The negative for the inside, you can put it with the 8 or with 125. It doesn't matter. Okay. So let's say I just put it with the 8. So flip upside down. Now become 2/3. So that's going to be cube root for each cube root, and then each of them gets a square, right? Because 2/3 means square on the cube root. And then continue from there, that will give you a 5. Cube root of 125 is 5. 5 square over negative 2 square. So you see I have brackets, right? So bracket will make the negative 2 times itself again, makes it positive 4. Okay, so question K. Let's make a start on the ones that has more than one answer. Okay, so those are the possible ones that could happen in the homework as well. We have 4 questions that has 2 different answers. Okay, so this one, the 1/2, right? So compare this question with the one that has bracket. Okay, the question we have, it doesn't have bracket. If there's a bracket, then it will be square root of negative 49. Negative 49 will be inside. If there's no brackets, that means the 1/2 only applies to the 49. Okay, so negative just stays outside, and you get negative square root of 49. It's different, okay? So even though we have negative, but then the negative is not part of the root. So for the right-hand side, it will be undefined. Okay, but then for the left-hand side, it will be negative 7. Okay, so actually this question is defined, okay? So remember, the negative has to be inside the root for a square root, okay, to be undefined. Next one also has a negative, but this time is an odd number, right? You see a cube root, that's an odd. So it's okay, right? So we have a cube root of negative 0.008 square. That's negative 0.2 square, 0.04, and that's the same as 1 over 225, right? So you can leave answer in two ways. Okay, next question. We have negative exponent, so we can do the flipping, but -1, if you flip, it's still -1, right? So no point flipping. So it's same as positive 8 over 5. And then we do fifth root, and then to the 8. Fifth root of -1 is still -1. And then to the 8 will give you 1, okay? Positive. Okay, next one, we, by now you know, right? We have to start with the negative, right? Negative exponent makes it flip. So it makes it into negative 27 to the 1/3. So this one is a cube root. Okay, we have negative on the inside, but this is an odd number, right? Cube root is an odd number, so it's okay. We get -3, all right? So no fraction. Because of flipping, okay, there's no more fractions. All right, so O and Q kind of similar, right? You have a fraction, you have a negative, right? So you know we need to flip first to the half, and then you square root each one of them, okay? Square root of 16 is 4, square root of 9 is 3, all right? So don't forget to flip if there's a negative. Okay, -1.5. How do I write 1.5 in fraction? Amanda, what's 1.5 in fraction?
1 over 2.
Okay, 1 over 2, or in improper?
Pardon?
Improper fraction?
Oh, 3 over 2.
Yeah, very good. Okay, so because we need to know the numerator and denominator, right? So better to have improper fractions. And then the negative exponent will make it flip. So become -4 to the 3 over 2. So now we have a negative on the inside, but then you get an even number, right? This is an even number. So this one is impossible, okay? You get a negative inside the square root. So answer should be undefined, okay? So if the negative is on the outside, then you are correct. It will be -8, okay? But for this one, it's in the bracket. Okay, last two. So this one you need to first add the exponents together on the top, right? We'll leave the bottom for now. So when you add the top, -1/2 plus 1/3, common denominator, right? You will get -3 over 6 plus 2 over 6, right? It'll be -1 over 6. Is that correct? Okay, -3 plus 2, -1 over 6. And then you need to subtract. When you subtract them, it will become 3 to the -1. So there's no root now, okay? So it should be just 1 over 3. Okay? Anyone has questions so far? Last one, you have a negative. This is a fourth root. Fourth root is an even number, right? Even number, you cannot have negative inside. So this is undefined. Okay, so if you have question with any one of these ones, okay, your homework will be similar to these. Make sure you refer to this. So let's have a break, and I'll see you again at 3:05, okay?